morning. We're live from the International Stock Trading Room. What we're looking at right now is me going long the Swissie, the Swiss 7 franc. Uh, I don't know the reason. I don't know why. To be frank, I don't care why. This is going up, up and away. I got a signal this morning at uh, I didn't buy right at it. I want to say 8:20, 8:15ish. As you can see there, I got in about 8:35. Let me see what time I got. At 8:17, I got the buy order, buy long. Swiss seven. I'm sorry, the Swiss franc for the month of June contract. The price alert was at 103.99. I got in obviously late to the party as always, but I didn't want to buy. Either it's a falling knife. I don't know what they call it on the upside, but it's an inverted falling knife, if you will. I did not want to buy at the tops here. I waited for a little pullback. Um, I didn't get filled where I wanted to either, but however, I did wait for some sideways up. As you see here, sideways, create another plateau up. And if I stay, all I have to, if you're looking, this is a beautiful trade. All I have to do is keep my stop loss right below the Bollinger Band, and I'm gonna make a decent profit here. Let me see what we're looking at. Now this is one of the major reasons why I was surprised at this. I originally had it pretty tight at that level, my stop losses, because look at this. It broke through the pivot point, which has pretty much been in the upper levels of the S1 and the pivot point all more long. It just broke out. Look at this nice volume uptake. So yeah, so far so good. I expect some sideways. I think I'm gonna stay a little bit behind it, as you saw it here. I have no idea why it's the Swiss franc is usually a very stable currency. I have no reason why, other than volume, uptick, etc., etc., as to why it's moving like that. There's not much really regarding fundamental in the news. You can see some things coming overnight out of Europe, but nothing really big. Let me see here, the Dow Jones Newswire. Looking up some REITs this morning. Oh, come on, I ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. So, let me see here. Possibly debt related. London S&P Global Ratings says it has assigned its BBB issue level rating to the Swiss domicile uh, aseptic carton packaging manufacturer SIG. Let me just see if I can. Okay, so it looks like they're just buying some debt with some companies in Switzerland, and they upgraded the credit rating. Yep, that's the big thing. They're updating the credit rating. I imagine this is a big company over in Switzerland. To refinance existing debt, proposed debt. Okay, but I still, believe it or not, I don't think that's the reason why this is taking a big uptick. It could just be, um, you know, who knows really? People selling their currencies. Maybe they have more faith, as Switzerland is a safe haven trade along with the Japanese yen, the U.S. dollar. Even before going into this, Europe wasn't so hot, Japan wasn't so hot, South Korea wasn't so hot. Did this not help them whatsoever? This was they weren't drowning per se, but they were struggling to stay afloat. And this is for those countries out there. This is like someone just putting a foot on their face and pushing them and holding them underwater, literally. I mean, they had to shut down everything. So, fortunately for us here in the U.S., yes, uh, we did have some of the greatest economic data this country has ever seen, the world has ever seen prior to all this. So we were a very healthy body of economics financially before all of this. So naturally, we're going to recover before anyone else, and we're starting to open up before everyone else. So, but that doesn't mean not all investments here in the U.S. There is, even though it is lesser outside, but there is still the European investors, some Asian investors. Where are they going to aside? Some of these countries they can't invest in U.S. equities, believe it or not. I talked to some of you might be listening to a lot of traders that live in India, and they cannot invest in U.S. equities. They cannot invest in our financial markets as an Indian citizen. I don't know what other countries have those regulations, or maybe they get taxed more when they invest more over here. Who knows? So, either way, just because you see some safe havens, it is a possibility for certain safe havens, such as the precious metals, which I believe have started going down already, and the Swiss haven franc, the Japanese yen currencies, the safe haven currencies have started to go down for the most part because the U.S. equities are going up. It's starting to get to a cyclical rotation, whereas before it takes much longer for those rotations. It could take a year. We just saw a massive cyclical rotation in a matter of months. Let me bring up the gold here. See, gold has been kind of stagnant as of late. If it breaks out this box to the downside, it's going to be pretty interesting. Oh, I can't believe it got down to 1400. I should have bought that. But I think it'll go back there again. Just my opinion. Yeah, I remember this one is 1200. So, either way, guys, hope you guys enjoying my trading right now. I know I am. May the trend be your friend. Good will hunting in the markets. Bye.